Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode of the PS2 Collector. I am your host Gamer1994, and on today's episode I'm going to create a new series where I discuss games that were cancelled for the PS2. So I'm going to discuss games that I personally think should have been on the PS2 but were either ported to another console or were cancelled. Stay tuned, you do not want to miss this. And the first game of this video that was cancelled for the PS2 was 100 Bullets, developed by Acclaim. It was meant to be released back in 2004 for both the PS2 and the Xbox. The reason why that this game got cancelled were due to Acclaim's financial trouble. And as you know, with me and Acclaim, I think Acclaim makes some very good games and very rarely they make gems, which explained their financial troubles at the time because they hardly sold any games. But this one could have been an exception because it was highly anticipated. So basically this game is based on the comic 100 Bullets and you're the main character Cole. And yeah, so the gameplay is similar to a lot of reviews was similar to Halo and Max Payne. And if you're comparing it with them two games, especially Halo, one of the greatest shooting games of all time, first person shooter that is, yeah, you definitely got my interest. And again, with the graphics with being cel shaded, staying true to the comic style, it could have been a great addition to the PS2. But unfortunately, this game never saw the light of day. Acclaim did try to sell the IP to other developers, but this unfortunately led to nowhere. And as of now, the game unfortunately has been ultimately cancelled. On to the next. The next game that was cancelled for the PS2, however, did get both the Xbox and GameCube release was Batman Dark Tomorrow. Now, where do I begin with this game? So this might be one of the few occasions where I'm glad a game did not get a PS2 release, because this game was reviewed very poorly by both publishers and gamers alike. So what made this game abysmal was the game was absolutely littered with glitchy and buggy gameplay. The game's control scheme was abysmal and an abomination, and to top all that off, the game had a very poor and confusing storyline, and it just did not make sense. And you can easily see that this game was unfinished but pulled ahead of schedule to meet the tight deadlines for release date, and it clearly shows. This is possibly one of the worst superhero games of all time, as well as the worst Batman game ever released, and I'm glad it did not get a PS2 release, and this one is easily forgettable and gladly so. On to the next. And the next game that was cancelled was Dead Rush. It was scheduled for release all the way back in 2005, and it was in development by Treyarch. So this game's concept and idea were, imagine combining the worlds of GTA and Resident Evil, you put them into one game and what you get is Dead Rush. So the story is, you be a character called Jake, you wake up after a traumatizing earthquake, and you wake up to a world where there's zombies and monsters within the city. So what you have to do is survive with cars. So it's a bit of a racing game and an open world horror game in a sorts. The concept was you just get parts and build cars. You can level up your weapons, vehicles, as well as doing side quests. For me, it's a tremendous shame because it had everything going for it. The idea was fantastic, the concept was amazing, but it never materialized, and the game unfortunately did not meet the standards, and it just went into development hell and never got a release. And for me, that is a tremendous shame. For me, it could have been a great game, but it did not have the backing from the developers, unfortunately. And yeah, this game was really into its early life cycle. These are what you see now are the early gameplay for it. But yeah, it's a huge shame. On to the next. And the next game that was cancelled for the PS2 is a Dreamcast game that was released all the way back in 2000. So this game is a spin-off of the series House of the Dead, which is a light gun series. So this is where they took a different approach and entered a different genre, and you can see why, and that is zombie revenge. So this is a beat 'em up, and for me the only thing that was negative, especially with the reviewers, with publishers as well as gamers, the game was very quick to complete. So you can complete this game within 4 hours. Also the lack of replayability as well. There's nothing else outside the story mode. There is a multiplayer, so the best way to play this game is either with friends or family, and you can cause as much carnage as you like. The main question, am I disappointed that this game was not released on the PS2? I'm a bit 50-50 on that, because I'm a huge fan of the beat 'em up genre, and for me the variety would have been way more with Zombie Revenge. But yeah, for me it is 50-50 at the end of the day. But yeah, if you do enjoy beat 'em ups, give this one a go on the Dreamcast, but unfortunately you won't get this game on the PS2. On to the next. And the final game of this video is the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, developed by Vivendi Games and released all the way back in 2004 and exclusive to the Xbox. This one is bittersweet because there were plans for it to be released on the PlayStation 2, but unfortunately the developers preferred developing the game for Xbox, because Xbox at the time, the original Xbox that is, had superior hardware to the PS2, and the game was also released on the Xbox 360. This game, when it comes to movie time games, is one of the best games ever made, because usually with movie time games the movie is good but the games are absolutely poor. But on this occasion we have got a rare anomaly where the game is more superior to the movie. That's how great this game is. It was so great, in fact, that it's got a cult following, and many consider it an absolute underrated hidden gem. And I'm very disappointed it never came out on the PS2, because the gameplay is brilliant, masterpiece. You can go on stealth mode, is third person, first person shooter, and yeah, you have to find ways to escape the prison. You must also do side quests and also take out other inmates in the jail. So yeah, there's a lot of replayability there, and the story mode is engaging. So yeah, so the game is set into a prequel to the actual movie. And yeah, so if you do enjoy Chronicles of Riddick and you not played this game, give it a go on the Xbox. Unfortunately for us PlayStation fans, we missed out on what could have been, and it is a tremendous shame. Anyways guys, this is the last game of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. If you want to know when my videos come online, click on the bell notification below. Anyways guys, until next time, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care guys.